Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is an Hermes bag unboxing. It does not roll off my tongue. No matter what I try, it just doesn't roll off my tongue. In my head, it's like I'm constantly butchering it. Yeah, but anyways, yes, we have a Hermes bag unboxing that I bought from Japan. So I'm going to give you some details today about how I buy my Hermes bags in Japan and whatnot. So yeah, before I dive into today's video, if you are new to my channel and you love all things luxury, you love handbags, you love fashion, you love jewelry, you love accessories, all that jazz, I would love if you would hit the subscribe button below and also the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. I try to upload every weekend, and then I might surprise you with a midweek upload as well, or I might just be all over the place with my uploads, which is not abnormal these days. The first part of this video is, in fact, sponsored by Louisa. Is pretty much my go-to when it comes to fashionable, high quality, affordable jewelry pieces when I want to get that luxury look at a far more affordable price tag. They are hypoallergenic jewelry. They're 14 karat gold plated. They don't use any nasty metals in their products. They actually do use recycled metals in order to create their jewelry. Right, so we're going to start off with the first jewelry piece that I'm wearing. And how cute is this? Look at that. Oh my gosh. This is the Lev necklace. It's a puffy heart essentially. So it's actually like a 3D heart. This is a super cute necklace. And Louisa jewelry starts at a very affordable price point. They start at $39. And then I have some rings which really fall into that category of luxury inspired. But these are absolutely beautiful. So the first one, so this is the packaging it comes in. It's also recycled packaging as well. This is called the Ivor ring. Does that not give you luxury inspired vibes? So that's how it looks there, that one there. That's the Ivor ring. The other one, I'm going to show you this one next because the other ring is not exactly like, luxury inspired, but this one is. So this one is Zeta. This is called the Zeta ring. This is a different kind of brand inspired ring. It has that kind of like vibe to it. And then the last one is called the Rope Bold. So that is how it looks there. And it is a more chunky ring with a kind of intertwined rope design. But look at that. Oh, I love it. That is so edgy. I love that ring. Also have down below the link to Louisa, so you can go and shop their website and go and have a look at all their array of pieces. They have a fantastic variety. They are great if you're stuck for a gift as well. If you're not sure what to get someone, definitely check out the Louisa website because it's kind of like a foolproof gift idea essentially. They also do express shipping as well, so if you're in a rush for it, you can get it quite quickly. You can also follow them on Instagram too, and I'll leave the Instagram handle on the screen. But I do have an exclusive coupon code for you today, and that is 10% off. The coupon code is Purseonfleek 10. And I'll also have the details in the description bar down below for that discount code. But yeah, Louisa, thank you very much for sponsoring this portion of the video. Let's move on to the next part of this video, which is an Hermes unboxing. All right, so let me just say, you know what? I want to highlight something. I didn't receive the bag in this shopping bag because, like I said, I bought it from Japan. I don't live in Japan, so I did buy it from the consignment market in Japan. I already had packaging left over because I have a lot of Hermes boxes. I have a lot of empty boxes. Some of them I, rehomed to people that actually needed them for their bags, but I've still got a lot left over. And that's really for the instances of when I buy bags pre-loved and they don't come with packaging. So that way I've got extras just in case. I just think that it's good to have a box for every bag. I don't even know why people don't end up with boxes for their bags. Like when they're buying them, if they're the ones that have bought it from the store, what do they do with their box? But whatever. So yeah, I always keep empty boxes for myself, and I essentially keep a couple of a few empty shopping bags as well from these luxury houses because I am a lover of buying pre-loved. That sounds a bit weird. Lover of buying pre-loved. Or pre-owned. I think that's a better way to probably say it. Pre-owned. I really enjoy buying pre-owned products. So I think that, is also good because then you're repurposing the box. But I have no qualms, and I'm most certainly proud, even though some people beg to differ and would like to trash on this, I think that it's actually great if you do rehome your luxury boxes to people that actually you know, in need of it because they bought handbags without it. So don't throw out your luxury boxes. It is a waste to do so. It is not good for the environment because these are not exactly recyclable. They are actually coated in like a kind of like a plasticky, whatever they coated in, and it means that they're not recyclable. So by actually rehoming them for someone to use, you know, to keep for their bags, storage, however they want to store their bags, completely up to them. I think that that's the better thing to do. That's that off my chest. Alrighty, so bag unboxing. This is all the packaging that I used myself. This is all the packaging that I had already. And that's another thing as well, is that people can fake that they've also bought bags from store just by using shopping bags, but whatever, people want to do that, that's their business, in my opinion as well. But just don't always believe what you see like on YouTube and Instagram. People be like, oh my God, I got this from the store. But really, they probably may have just got it from a reseller. Or consignment store, same. Like resellers use consignment stores to fob off stuff that they want to resell, whether it be for profit, loss, whatever. Completely different topic to discuss. But I just feel like this whole thing with Hermes unboxings and all this hype around it, just sometimes take it with a grain of salt, you know? People like to, some people may want to pretend that they're getting offers from store quite easily, but as a matter of fact, they're just, you know, buying it from personal shoppers, resellers, whatever. Like, just take it with a grain of salt. I feel like there's just so much hype with Hermes at the moment, with like everyone doing unboxings, like people that were once just buying Balenciaga and Chloe and Dior are now suddenly just unboxing Hermes bags like multiple times a year without really giving you any details. I just feel like just take it with a grain of salt and don't feel like you need to go into any debt to just get into the hype of buying these Hermes bags. Like, they're amazing in terms of quality, no doubt about it. But in some other aspects of the brand, they're not so great. And I know firsthand. Anyways, all right, I always go on a bit of a tangent. Okay, so this bag, it was on my wish list. If you watched my last wish list video, I said that I was wanting to get this particular Hermes bag. I was wanting to add it back to my life, but I said that if I was gonna get it, I had particular requirements, and I was looking potentially, most likely, I was looking more so for a neutral with gold hardware, or I wouldn't have minded something in blue broom. It's not blue broom, it is not, but I am so happy that I got this because, I'm gonna put that over there, because I actually paid pretty much the retail price. I might have been like maybe 500 over retail or something like that. And it is only last year's stamp, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's last year's stamp. Z stamp. Z stamp is last year's? I can't remember. But like, it's like only a year old essentially. So, and I paid, like I said, pretty much the retail price. Let me open it up and then I will talk to you about how I went about buying it, why I use Black Ship Japan to always, you know, ship my Hermes bags now. In any of my Japan purchases, actually, I just prefer to use Black Ship now. All right, so, I picked up the Constance 18. This is actually in the color biscuit, and it's in Swift leather. Swift leather is not exactly everybody's favorite leather, but for me, I love it. I have a Kelly 25 in the back there in Grey Asphalt, which is in Swift, and I've owned that since 2018. So it's like 4 years old now, almost 4 years old. And it is going strong. It hasn't needed a spa yet. It hardly has any corner wear. It's probably more of an attribute to the fact that it's retorn, but it has been amazing. And pretty much ever since, I mean, I liked Swift beforehand, but owning that bag made me fall in love with Swift as a leather, where I am the sort of person that goes, you know what? I am more than happy to take the Swift bag. Give me all the Swift bags you have because I love Swift. Big advocate for it. I feel like it's got, like, it's so totally misunderstood. But there is one sort of requirement that I sort of have when it comes to Swift, is that I don't like to get it in very dark leathers. And that's kind of something I'm even learning with Chev. Chev is kind of the same sort of thing, and that's my mini Kelly back there. And I did highlight this in my video when I spoke about delicate leathers, you know, scratch resistant leathers and all that. I'm going to link that down below. It's an Hermes educational video. It's very, very handy if you're new to Hermes or if you want to understand all the leathers and they're like, you know, scratch resistance and whatnot. But something that I already knew, but I'm noticing now from more first-hand experience, is that the Chev Mysore, maybe not so much the Chev de Cremandel, because I feel like de Cremandel has a deeper, bigger grain, but the Chev Mysore, which is more of a smaller sort of grain, I feel like when it comes to dark leathers, it is a little bit more like Swift, where it does tend to show scratches, unfortunately. So that's something that I noticed with my Mini Kelly. When I bought it, it already had scratches on it, and I kind of was able to blend them in by giving it a self-spar, but even just with my own handling, I've kind of scratched it like a little bit, just a little bit. But I know that Swift is totally the same. Swift is probably that little bit worse when it comes to dark colors. So if you are, you know, looking at a Swift Constance in black or something very dark like blue newt or something like that, just err on the side of caution, because you probably will find that your scratches are going to show on that kind of leather. But Swift does tend to get a patina over time. You can self-spar it. Obviously you do that at your own choice, you know, your own will, whatever. When I did actually receive this bag, I did have more scratches on it than what it has now. But basically there was like quite a lot of scratches on it around here. You might, you can hardly really sort of see them. There is one that's kind of about here. Yeah-ish. No, you can hardly even see it. Really, truly, you can hardly see it. But pretty much I just did my own sort of leather care technique that I've been doing for many years. I recently even shown how I did a restoration on a Chanel vintage bag, and I'll have that video linked down below. I'll have my other Hermes leather care video down below. Completely your choice if you want to, you know, use that video as advice. Do so at your own caution. But basically using my own technique that I've, like I said, been doing for many years, I was able to blend out the scratches on this bag. So it is looking absolutely beautiful. Now, before I talk more about the bag and cost and that sort of thing, if you're a long-term subscriber or viewer to my channel, you would know that I have always enjoyed shopping from Japan. But when COVID hit, it was not as easy anymore, unfortunately. I used to shop with Rakuten Global Marketplace, but then they had to shut down because of COVID. You couldn't ship international anymore. EMS still isn't even actually available for Australia yet, which is the Japanese Post EMS. So I now am able to actually shop on Rakuten Ichiba quite easily, all because of a company called Black Ship. And Black Ship is a Japanese on-forwarding company. They also have White Rabbit Express, which is their sister company, and that is the Japanese proxy shopping website. So if you need proxy shopping, definitely recommend White Rabbit Express. But I'm going to focus on Black Ship because I've had people ask me, well, okay, what is this Black Ship? You know, what are you talking about? Okay, so if you're familiar with on-forwarding services, basically what it is, with Black Ship, you sign up and you will get a Japanese address. Black Ship has been my total savior when it comes to now being able to buy anything luxury pre-owned in Japan, like pretty much as I was doing before. It has just opened that door all over again. And I actually have bought a few things now using Black Ship. So this is not my first experience with them. I've actually already used them a few times, and I've had wonderful experiences every time. Their customer service is very helpful, so when I had questions, I reach out to them. So that's one of the big reasons that I actually ended up choosing Black Ship, is because I was able to get those questions kind of answered as to whether or not they could do shipping of higher value items. And I even shipped my Kelly, my Mini Kelly using Black Ship, and it arrived safely. And the big reason that I actually really love using Black Ship, not just because they have fantastic customer service, is because it really allows me to sort of customize my shipping process. So I can pick which carrier I want to use to actually ship the item. The Black Ship offers a whole variety of kind of shipping carriers. But then you've also got this ability as well to really customize how you want them to handle your shipment too. So whether or not you want them to, like, you know, add extra padding to it, want them to go in and check that everything's okay, take photos of the item, they can actually do that for you as well. There is a fee involved. When it comes to customizing the shipment, there are little tiny fees involved, very, very small. These little things can be very helpful to give you peace of mind. And obviously it's personal preference whether or not you're okay, you know, to just ship it as is, or you want Black Ship to go ahead and open up your package, take photos and inspect the item. They can do all these sort of things for you. There's a lot of things that they can actually do. There's so much you can do when it comes to customizing your shipping with Black Ship. So I highly recommend them. And I definitely recommend checking out the Japanese market, whether or not you use Rakuten Ichiba like I do, which is in Japanese, you have to translate it. Or you just go on eBay and you buy from Japanese sellers, or you go on Japan eBay and then just ship the item that you pay for to your Black Ship address. And it is free as well. It's totally free to get that address. You just have to be able to provide some identity information. So let's talk more about this bag. So I kind of told you that, yeah, it did have some scratches before, but otherwise the overall condition is great. What I did actually do was put a hardware sticker on the front though, because the hardware was pretty scratched up, and you can kind of sort of see it there. See how it's pretty scratched? Yeah. I think that's kind of unfortunately an inevitable thing with the Constance. You kind of just have to accept it, that you will get very scratched up hardware. Though I don't like it getting really beaten up. I kind of feel like I've gotten more okay with it now. I've kind of gotten more used to it, but I do like to kind of put a protective sticker on the Constance. It's the only bag that I really like to have a protective sticker on. I use the sticker from In a Bag Shop, which is an Instagram like customization store. I've mentioned them many times on my channel, but I feel that they do the absolute best hardware stickers because they've kind of got like a gel-like to them. So they kind of, yeah, they don't just sit on top where like the other ones are a bit more like hard plastic. They kind of just can flick off and peel off easily. Whereas the In a Bag Shop hardware sticker is kind of like a stretchy sort of gel. It's really, really cool, you know. So I prefer their stickers. And Constance is pretty much, it's the only bag that I actually like to have a hardware sticker on. Otherwise, my Birkin, my Kelly, I don't bother with hardware stickers whatsoever. Like there's nothing else that I bother with a hardware sticker except for the Constance, because it just kind of irks me a bit, like the amount of scratches that buckle can get. And when I got it, I was like, oh my God, it is so scratched up. So I had to put a hardware sticker on it. And it's kind of made like, you know, at least then it won't get any more worse than what it already is. But that kind of like, it's kind of just masked it a little bit as well, because it's a bit more of like that glossy sort of look, but the sticker is kind of peeling. Oh, that's the other thing, is that I've actually had this bag for months now. I got this bag back in April. It was pretty much around our wedding anniversary that I got this bag. There's actually a bit of a story that I'm going to tell later that's associated with this bag. I bought it myself, but it was something that I was not going to buy because I was like, oh, you know what, I've just bought the mini Kelly. I'm not going to splurge, you know. But I got the tick of approval from the hubby, and he's like, just get it. You know, if it's a really great deal, and it's hard to find a great deal, where you can actually get these bags at the retail price, especially when they're a new color, especially when they're a neutral, especially when they're gold hardware, it is pretty bloody hard to get them at the retail price. They are always above retail. And he's like, just go for it. Like, it's a very rare opportunity. So, yeah, I've had it for months, had it back since April, but I had been sick on and off for many months now. Like, as you guys probably know, I had COVID, and then I got struck down with a viral infection, and then I got struck down again with a viral infection. Then I had like bronchitis. Again, I had a viral infection. I just recovered from it. I had to go on antibiotics as well because it was just like constant, and I just needed something else to help kick that infection. So I've only just recovered. Like this past few days, I've only just recovered enough to now sit down and film a video. What else can I kind of tell you about this bag? So I said that there's going to be a bit of a story that's going to be associated with this bag, but it's going to come later in another video. I've told you about Black Ship. Highly recommend using there on forwarding services for buying anything from Japan, from any Japanese website. There's lots of like Japanese websites that you can buy from. Just be wary as well with buying on eBay. When the seller says they're from Japan, just be careful, because some sellers pretend they're from Japan because they know that everyone trusts them in terms of like authenticity. Just be careful. Always check the business. So that's what I do. If I'm buying on Japan via eBay, I always look up that business name, and I try to get their business credentials, like their business number in Japan, and I look it up. On Rakuten Ichiba, it is different because they have to actually be a registered Japanese business in order to list on there, and they have to put all their business details on there. So it is far more scrutinized and much more protected, that there is not going to be any rogue seller on there selling goods pretending to be a Japanese seller. They are all registered, reputable businesses on Rakuten Ichiba. So that's why I do prefer to kind of go on there. But sometimes eBay has a better price because of coupon codes. What else can I sort of tell you? You know what we might do? That's what the inside of the bag looks. I don't want to spoil, like, I want to do like a comparison of the Constance 18 to the Mini Kelly, but I want to save that for another video. What I might just do today is just do a quick what fits in the Constance 18, because it is quite small. But I can sort of say that when it comes to getting Swift, you can fit more than what you would fit in the Constance 18 in Epsom. But you do have to be mindful that because it is Swift, it's a softer leather. If you do overpack it, these gussets here can get real, see what I mean? That's me pushing on it with my hand. If you overpack it to that point, you can really stretch out this leather and you can deform it and you'll get like these ugly bulges like that. Like it'll be permanent like that. And I know firsthand because I bought a Constance 18 from Japan a long time ago and via eBay. And they didn't have many pictures, but I kind of just was like, oh, you know, Japanese sellers usually, you know, rate it pretty well. Like they they say that it's really bad condition, but it's really good. In that instance, it was really bad condition and I should have listened to the advert. It was from a seller called Brandy Auction, which usually has very crappy photos, I find, and not enough information. So I don't really like to buy from them, to be honest, but they do have some very good deals. But yeah, I got a Constance 18 from Brandy Auction a very long time ago on eBay, and it was like, I had no, like, I couldn't tell from the photos, but it was like that. Seriously, like it was all bulged and stretched out in the sides. It was, ugh. And it needed a total full-on like spa. Like I self-restored it, but I really brought it back to life, but I couldn't undo that stretch and that bulging because once leather is stretched, it's done. It's gone, like it's done for. And that is also why I say the 7 Rue Paradis inserts. I'll get one to show you actually. Let me get you one. So this is my insert for my Kelly 28, right? These inserts really are the best when it comes to Hermes bags because like I was just telling you, if you say don't use one of these inserts, right, in like a Swift bag and you use a felt insert or you use any kind of like other insert, there is so much risk that you're going to stretch out that leather and cause that bulging to happen and it becomes permanent because once leather is stretched out, it will remain that way. And that's why I'm a big advocate for 7 Rue Paradis inserts because you just don't have that stress of worrying about stretching out your bloody leather and it becoming a permanent thing that you cannot fix because stretch leather is unfixable. Don't use other inserts unless, I kind of understand if 7 Rue Paradis doesn't make the insert, you kind of like, well, I want to protect the inside. In those instances, I always tell people just use pouches, like use little like pouches like the mini pochette, the Louis Vuitton cosmetic pouch, all those sort of like little pouches inside your bag to protect the inside. That's kind of what I recommend doing. Even Longchamp does some really low cost pouches. So I still actually have my coupon codes of 7 Rue Paradis. For a moment there, they kind of changed, but now they've actually reverted back. So it's POF25 to get €25 off if you're just getting one insert. But if you want to get 2, that's where the better value is at. Get different colors, or if you're planning to get another Hermes bag, even if you got one now, but you're thinking of one for the future, try to get like 2 at a time because that's where the biggest saving is, and you can save €70 instead with the code POF70. So I know that I don't have an insert to show you for the Constance. They don't do them for the Constance yet, but they did just add the garden party. They have inserts for the classic flap as well. Pinkerton, Evelyne. Now, if you've made it this far to the video, I'm going to show you something else that's new to my collection, and I'm not doing an unboxing for it. And you're going to find out why in another video I'm going to upload a little bit later. Like I said, I have been sick, so I'm kind of just trying to catch up on the videos that I really need to film. But yeah, I did get a new bag. This is actually a trench Pinkerton. However, I did buy it pre-owned as well. But this is actually Swift Gold, and this is biscuit, so you can kind of get an idea of the color. Gold is far more rich, more autumnal, more like, what's the word for it? Yeah, more autumnal. Like earthy, is that what I can kind of describe it as? But yeah, gold is definitely, I don't really want to put my shoe right near the bag. That's a bit weird. But yeah, just so you can kind of see the color difference there. So let me see what fits into this bag. Out of my Pinkerton, I've been using my strap from In a Bag Shop. That was for my Kelly 28. Just been using it as like, you know, shoulder bag because, you know, I love the Pinkerton. I really do. I don't really want to talk about, you know, why I don't have my Pinkerton anymore. I think that's kind of an obvious thing why I don't have my blue pale one, but I've been thinking to like, sometimes I really miss it, but I feel like I'll just get a blue broom, like, you know, bag eventually anyway, or a blue pale Kelly or something like that. If you watched my video a year ago that was super controversial, I feel like it's kind of a no-brainer why I didn't want to keep the bags that were offered to me by that particular sales associate, because every time I looked at them, I was just like, yeah, they just did not give me good vibes. They really didn't. And I tried to look past it for so long, just going, you know what, they're just bags. These are the bags you wanted, they're just bags, you love the bag, you know, but I just couldn't. I couldn't look past it. I couldn't just get rid of that feeling. So in the end, I don't have them anymore, and I don't care. I don't care that I say that now. Anyways, that's for another video too. All right, so Vestiaire, Louis Vuitton key pouch. I don't have my keys on there because my husband took my keys at the moment. That's how those look. It might be better actually in the front. I'm probably not going to do the best job of like packing it because I kind of feel a bit like, can't be bothered. Phone, I use an iPhone mini, which is very convenient because it fits in like every single bag almost. What else have I got? I got a mask, face mask. Oh yeah, let's use this. I've just got like this Prada like coin pouch. That there. All right, so you still would have some space for keys in there, depending on how big your key fob is, whatever. You could just chuck the keys like just on the top there. But as you see, I've got my phone, lip gloss. You could put a hand sanitizer in there too if it's a small one. So there's still some room. Look, I just don't want to fill the crap out of it because that's just not what I do when it comes to the Constance. I don't feel like this is the bag that you fill the crap out of, especially when it's in Swift. But even that being said, I wouldn't even be able to fit this much stuff and my keys in a Constance 18 in Epsom. I probably would have to have foregone the Prada key pouch. So rigid that you just don't have the flexibility to fit much in it. Like you're allowed to kind of fit a little bit more in Swift, even though I say be careful of the bulging. You've just got that more flexibility with it, right? It's like you can't, like obviously don't fill it up to the point where it's starting to bulge. Oh, pop that back in. Yeah, there we go. See what I mean? Like you can kind of, you get pokey bits happening, but then you can kind of just push them back into place and get that thing in the right spot. There we go. Jiggled it around, it's in the right spot. That's the other side. Bit bulgy there. You can push that back in. Yeah. So, I mean, it really does depend how concerned you get about that. I don't worry too much because it's not like I leave the bag with the contents in. I don't do that. I do with the Pinkerton because it's like a bucket bag. Well, it is a bucket bag, so I kind of feel okay. But with the Constance, I wouldn't leave my stuff in there and then put my bag on the shelf. Even if I came home late, not that that happens with children, but, you know, let's just say that I have a babysitter and I come home late, whatever. I wouldn't leave my stuff in the Constance and put my bag on the shelf. No way, I would take it out. The other thing I want to show you is, might as well show you this too. This is my insert with 7 Rue Parodies for the Pinkerton. It's got stuff still in there, like, yeah. But that's how the Pinkerton looks without an insert. Like it's kind of like sad and like floppy. So it makes a massive difference. If you have a Pinkerton, definitely get their insert because the Pinkerton, when it loses shape, looks like a hot mess. Like I feel like the Pinkerton is such an ugly, ugly bag when it's really old and beaten up and someone hasn't used a 7 Rue Parodies insert from the get-go. I just find it to look really ugly and sad. So when I got this, even though it was pre-owned, it was in really good shape still. So it only had like this kind of wrinkling down in here. I was kind of like, you know what, it's okay. I can just put my insert in, it's gonna look fine. And it's just made all the difference. Like look at that with the insert in, it is so much better. So much better. Anyways, back to the Constance. So yeah, that's what fits. I think that's it. Oh, I'm kind of exhausted. I feel like I've exhausted myself with this video. Do I recommend the Constance? Yes, I do. I do. But the buckle is a little bit annoying. However, I think maybe I'll just do, I don't know if I've ever done a review of the Constance full on. I've done first impressions when I had the Constance in Cadillac, but maybe I'll just cover more details when I do like the Constance versus the Mini Kelly, because that's the question I get asked a lot. Like, how do you compare the Constance to the Mini Kelly? My opinion, I actually think buying the Constance in the pre-owned, consignment, resale market, whatever, is actually a very good deal, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna have Black Ship link down below and a Louisa link down below. Don't forget that 10% off. I will have some pre-owned good deal Constance bags linked down below. I'll have 7 Rue Parodies linked down below with my coupon code as well. And that is it. Go to the description bar. It's all in there. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one.